When you ask certain questions, you get answers. And I look at it like this: why isn't, or why is it called indigo children? Why even name a group of children after essentially a color? What is that talking about? Why choose a color to name a group of children after? Why choose that? I mean, you had before that, you had baby boomers. These are names of different generations of children. I started learning about this type of philosophy years ago. I learned that actually, according to business, a generation is considered 20 years. That's what it is. It's considered 20 years according to business is a generation. So they've been counting generations essentially since we went off the gold standard and went on to what's called a fiat standard, which happened around 1933. So this is where this information came from. So like every 20 years is a new generation, starting from 1933. So you got 1933, 53, 73, and then 93. So all of these different years represent different parts of time or different connections of time. So come to find out, the indigos they're going into the 90s now, believe it or not. And the crystal children pick up around 96, 97. So the indigo children essentially cut off at around 96, 97. The most significant among them is the 93 group that was born in 93. That group is very important when it comes to indigo children, and they're named after light. Why? Well, the reason being is because they're named after light because of the fact that this is talking about their market value. This is talking about their actually what's called their auric or their electronic value. They track you through what's called the light connected to you. So when the indigo children were born, they saw light connected to them. And I'm pointing this out because now gold is essentially you can now get gold and it's in the indigo children's name. Anyone that's born in the 80s in that group are now holders of gold essentially by just having a record essentially of your birth. Any kind of digital record or anything, whether it's an account, a bank account, or anything with your birthday on it, you can now claim that as gold, which is very important because of the fact that price of gold now on the market, and this is what we've been trading in 13th century astrology, we're trading gold now, actually made a penny and is now worth 19 something dollars and 80 something cent going into the 1980s. Gold is in the 19s, and now you can get it and own it essentially and claim it as a sample. Remember, as a sample from just having your name. And you could use that sample and turn profit through that sample. Now remember, if you want to physically own gold, that's going into a different way of investing into it. We're going to talk about that. So I'm using this sample and I'm forming what's called a gold account through this sample with members that essentially have donated to me through this channel or any other channel, whether it's 13th Science Astrology or whatever. Anybody that's donated to me is essentially a part of this sample and is connected to my account. You're like, why are you doing this? Because this is going to stimulate a group of people. This is kind of like having a hedge fund. It's just proven. It's going to show how you can take a group of people and they can invest into you, and you can take their investments and grow fiscally off of that every year from just being the eye for this group of people and actually proving that you can turn a profit. And that's what I've been doing. And right now I'm proving I'm up here working in Minnesota, so a lot of my profit is considered everybody's credit, essentially, until I move to another location, and then I can kind of secure it and then invest it and claim it as mine through proof. But why I'm here in the location is considered everybody's credit because I don't like going against the land where I'm at. I used to do that, but now I'm moving to like, let's work with the land where you're at. Like, why go against it? So I like to share. And it's a certain way you do that. So you notice no ones have been dropping because they call me the Osiris of this game. Because Osiris was the peacemaker. He was able to form an economy from no ones and able to expand the economy. See, that's essentially what I'm doing. Why annuity the economy when you can expand it and multiply it and double it? And that's what I'm doing through this group of children that I'm working with. You know, essentially, as far as when I say that, I'm working with a group of children that belong in a certain star group or star origin, which is the indigo children. We're multiplying the economy and the people that still invest in me and donate to me. And I know I got a lot of, people who see me as an astrologer and as a reader. But what's happening now is that I'm moving into the gold level, because now it's been 7 years that I've been off the grid and been reading. So now I'm like really more like an advanced level of astrology. Like I'm more like the reader that you go to when you're trying to get like a financial reading and a group reading. Not only that, a reading you can actually invest into and profit from. Meaning that when you buy a reading from me, you own shares through my account. You can make money from just getting a reading from me. That's the type of reader I am. So yeah, it's hard to get the reading, but you're gonna make money just from having your name essentially signed up, and you're gonna be turning credit. They're gonna be like calling you, talking about credit cards, or credit's better, offering you more money, offering you jobs, offering you more stuff just because you connected to me, and you don't know that. And it's not about you knowing that, because I'm not here to stroke nobody's ego, or my ego even. It's not about that. I'm just letting you know this is the facts. I just teach the facts. So that's what's going on. That's how I have myself set up through this gold account. So just letting you guys know, I haven't forgot about you guys. It's been a while on this channel. We'll be coming up with a little bit more information, because I can kind of do more heart-to-heart talks on this channel. And, if you can find it, you find it. If you don't, you don't. I'm not really in it for the views. So just share this video and pass it along. This is just kind of going into essentially this new gold account that I'm forming, and how to sign up with it, and what's been going on with me and the registration, everything that I talked about, what happened with that. Well, now it's on the level of a gold level. I've been gone for over 70 days, so I turned everything I did from Nevada and everything into a gold account, and now I'm in another state securing land. And in the long run, of course, I'm going to try to secure land through this new deal that I'm in, and paying off some debts. And crediting what's called the I here. Essentially the most important thing I'm doing. Crediting the I. And I'll talk about that on the next episode, because my time is out. So as always, stay vigilant. Namaste.